Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Orlando, and once again, welcome to Ignite. We are so excited to have you here with us at the Modern Workplace Tech Keynote. Now, over the course of the next 75 minutes, we are going to take you on a whirlwind tour of Microsoft 365. And along the way, we'll show you how to take the latest innovations and use them to transform workplace productivity. We have a ton to show you, so let's jump right into it. Everything that we do here at Microsoft starts with our mission. As you heard from Satya earlier this morning, we are here to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. Why? Because we believe that the business of technology is the business of unlocking human potential. That's what brings us here to this conference. That's what brings us here to this room today. We believe that people, individually and collectively, can do amazing things. And as professionals, we have chosen to try and change the world through technology, helping to unlock the potential of all the people around us. So in that context, what is Microsoft 365? Well, it had some pretty humble beginnings. 2 years ago, it essentially was a convenient way to buy Office, Windows, and EMS. But since that time, we have been hard at work, making it into a single product that is much more than the sum of its parts. Today, we like to call it the world's productivity cloud. It is a productivity service that puts AI to work for you. For today's session, that statement is so important, I'll say it again. It's a productivity service that puts AI to work for you. It's fundamentally a service that is designed to unlock human potential. And put simply, we are trying to design and develop the world's best cloud for helping you to get things done. Now, how does it work? Well, Satya said earlier today, it starts by putting people at the center of everything we do. Every feature, every app, every experience, everything we do is in service of people and helping them to achieve their goals. We create amazing productivity experiences with the power of the cloud. We bring those experiences to life on devices using all the affordances of the hardware, and then we supercharge it all with AI. In fact, if you want to understand what we're doing with the product and where we're taking it in the future, you have to understand something that I call the Virtuous Cycle of AI. Here's how it works. It starts by aggregating signals that people create as they just simply use the service every day. We then take those signals and we assemble a graph that maps the relationship between people and information. It also reasons across those relationships to create valuable insights. Then we use those insights to deliver just the right productivity experience at just the right time. As people use that experience, we gather more signals, and we repeat the process. That is the pattern. Starts with people, we capture signals, we turn those signals into a graph, we render experiences, and then we repeat the cycle over and over. Now, I want to pause on this slide just for a moment, because this is very unique. The model here that you see isn't something we pioneered. We certainly have competitors that do this. But oftentimes, they will take your data and sell it off in a consumer scenario. We are here to help you build a graph for your organization. And as you think about the asset that Microsoft 365 can be for your company, it really is the right side of this slide. It is the graph, because it allows you to do so much. Today's session will show you what this is all about. This is a quite simple model, but it is a virtuous cycle that means that Microsoft 365 is getting better every time you use it. And it's getting more personalized. So, for instance, let's say your boss needs a PowerPoint in 20 minutes. Well, Microsoft 365 can be both your analyst and your designer, helping you to visualize data and lay it out perfectly. That's why we have over 1 billion slides that have been suggested by PowerPoint and kept by people. Or let's say you finally find those numbers you've been looking for, but they're on a printed page. Microsoft 365 can allow you to turn them into an Excel spreadsheet just by taking a picture. Maybe you need to join a conference call and the dog's barking, the kids' toys are everywhere. Have no fear, Microsoft 365 can block out the noise and blur the background. That is the power of everyday AI, and that is the secret to what we're doing with the product. Now, while we're talking about signals, data, and insights, I do want to pause for a moment and talk about trust. Microsoft runs on trust. It's incredibly important to us. We take the stewardship of your data very, very seriously. In a recent survey, 81% of business decision makers said that Microsoft was the most trusted company for their company's data. 81%. That's really a remarkable statistic. We're going to show you a lot of things today, but of all the assets we have, the most important is trust. We're working hard every day to keep that trust. Fundamentally, I want to be very clear. You own your data. You control your data. We are simply here to empower you to do more with it. Now, from the very beginning, from your very first login in Microsoft 365, you can already become more productive. But there is much more to this single product that we've been building. It is not only out of the box, a whole bunch of experiences, it is a powerful dev platform. A little known fact is that already, today, 1.4 million apps are connecting to Microsoft 365 on a monthly basis. That means you can work with a partner to find a solution built on Microsoft 365 that's just for your industry. You certainly can use the power of the Microsoft Graph and the platform that we provide to build your own solutions. Now let's jump to the core of what we're going to talk about today. We're investing very broadly in this product, and we don't have enough time to cover all of it. And so we're going to focus on 6 specific investment areas. Productivity, to help people create, collaborate, organize, and manage their work. Workflow, to automate business processes. Management, security, and compliance, which increasingly are so interwoven that we will take them together. And all 3 are a place where AI can really be a force multiplier. And then finally, as Satya announced, a new investment area, knowledge, where AI can help to identify, organize, and deliver the collective knowledge of your organization. There is more work here than you will ever get done, no matter how many hours are in a day. So today's session is all about how AI can change the game and tilt it in your favor. Let's get started with productivity. And to do that, we're going to go back to St. Luke's University Health Network that we saw in Satya's keynote. Our innovations in productivity focus on 2 big opportunities. The first, creating net new experiences, as you see us doing with Teams. The second, breathing life into familiar experiences, as you see us doing with Office. I can think of no better example of taking advantage of both of these than St. Luke's and Dr. James Baushi. St. Luke's is a regional healthcare network. It has 10 hospitals across 300 different locations across Pennsylvania and New Jersey. You can imagine the complexity that comes with all of that. You can also imagine the limitations that come with kind of the old way of doing things, particularly limitations that come with things like this physical board that you see on the screen here. Those limitations keep the professionals at St. Luke's from doing what matters most. Doctors and nurses just want to treat patients, and the IT staff wants to use technology to enable everyone in the network. With Microsoft 365, Dr. Balshi and his team have been able to provide whole new experiences with a unified platform, experiences that are both collaborative and secure. Let's go ahead and watch St. Luke's and see what they've done with it.
Technology make patient care better. It's very rewarding when that happens. Medicine has really evolved into a highly technical field, and I've always been enthralled with the way technology can enhance what we do. The biggest issue facing doctors today is information overload. And Microsoft is giving us one place to look for that information.
Microsoft has helped driven the digital transformation for St. Luke's.
Prior to having Microsoft 365, we would rely on email communications, a web-based program to share the schedule, independent text messaging.
Our old systems were not cost-effective to scale. What I was impressed with Microsoft is they were sincerely interested in trying to find a great solution for not just St. Luke's, but the healthcare industry overall.
It's taking all of those silos and moving it to one collaborative tool where our physicians, our nurses, our discharge planners, our outpatient providers can all communicate at the point of patient care.
That summarized and easily communicated handoff of information, it really does allow us to do things we couldn't do before.
We feel more comfortable with the cloud because we're able to reduce the complexity of the security stack.
It is equally functional on the mobile device, which I think is just a tremendous advantage.
We are actually changing the game of healthcare using Microsoft 365.
When I see a patient being profoundly impacted by the technology, that to me is the highlight of what I do right now.
And to demo the new productivity features that we've announced today in Microsoft 365, please welcome to the stage Mary Shepard.
Thank you, Jared. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you some of the AI-powered productivity innovations we're announcing today and how customers like St. Luke's will use them to transform the way they work. Let's imagine that I work at Lamna Healthcare as Chief Nursing Officer, a key leader and decision maker in a hospital's administration. On my commute to work, I use a new feature in Outlook called Play My Emails that uses Cortana and voice to help manage unread messages.
Right now, I've got 2 emails for you, including a change to your day. This'll take a couple of minutes.
You may have noticed Cortana now comes with a masculine voice option.
NBCRNDNP Dolores Roberts changed the time for lunch with Mary from 3 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Just so you know, you also have magnet recertification at the same time. A couple of hours ago, Alvin Lund sent an email about Center for Disease Control, just to you. This is a long one.
Cortana, flag that for later.
I'll flag that for you.
Perfect. And if I need to find a specific item, I can use natural language search in Outlook to quickly find what I'm looking for. Show me emails from last week with attachments. Trust me, it'll appear in any second. The point is, these are 2 examples of how AI can quickly help me manage my emails on the go. Now, when I get to the hospital, I'll move over to my brand new Surface Pro 3. I love the sleek design and the keyboard and the large trackpad. Here you can see this message that I flagged just now. And I now have the option to share this to Teams. So if I want to continue the conversation there, I can do that with a click. I'm going to post this to my rounding and patient care channel. So let's move over to Teams. And I want to give you a quick overview of how I use Teams to organize my communication more effectively. So up here on the left rail, I have my activity feed. I have my chats. And then I have Teams, which I use to collaborate with my ICU team leads. Next, I have my calendar, which is synced with Outlook. And then I have my calls tab, which has replaced my desk phone with the added richness of video calls and screen sharing. Next, I have files where I can see my most frequently used documents that are stored in SharePoint. And lastly, I have Yammer communities where I can see what's top of mind for employees that I manage. And I also use this to manage Q&A during organizational-wide meetings. Good stuff. Now I'm going to jump back up here to Teams because I want to point out this little padlock icon next to this channel. This indicates that it's a private channel. And this is where I can have more sensitive conversations with just a subset of people within this team. In chats, I also now have the ability to pop out a chat. So if I want to continue this conversation while I join a meeting, yep, or have multiple chats open at once, I can do that. So speaking of meetings, let me go join my CLABC review meeting that I have coming up here. Now, for those not familiar with the industry, we're dealing with an urgent central line catheter bloodstream infection rate rise in the ICU, and these infections are commonly referred to as CLABC. So I'm going to go ahead and join this. And then, of course, in the meeting lobby, I have the ability to adjust my settings. I can blur out sensitive information in the background if I need to do that, or maybe just have a little bit of fun. I can also add my own custom images here. And now, this works great for online meetings, but when I have meetings in my office in person, I like to use my new Surface Hub 2S. The Surface Hub 2S is a true all-in-one device. It has a digital whiteboard, supports online meetings, and runs a variety of different apps. Now, in my last meeting, I took a picture of an analog whiteboard. I can export that here, import. And I can use this AI-powered tool, which in a couple seconds is going to take this image, clean it up, and digitize this ink so I can continue where I left off. This will give me the ability in a second to be able to clean things up here. I can move things around if I want to. And of course, add to it. Using the same AI-powered tool, the Surface Hub 2S can also help clean up my messy handwriting. So that's legible now. And of course, I can share this with remote team members and have them co-author remotely. And lastly, the Surface Hub 2S comes battery-powered, so if I want to move this to a different room with me, I can go cordless. Now, I have a couple action items after my meeting, so I'm going to move back to my PC to work on those. As I open the new Edge browser to a new tab page, I see my frequently used Office documents and hospital tools and resources optimized for me based on my footprint in the Microsoft Graph. Microsoft Search now supports internal and external search, so it makes it more convenient than ever to find things. For example, if I'm looking for my colleague Lee Gu, I can just type in Lee, and it's going to analyze my network and relationships and determine that Lee is most likely to be Lee Gu. Shows me his contact card as well as some helpful details. And since I'm collaborating on an Excel sheet with Lee, I can click on Files to find that here rather than having to reach out and ask where he's keeping it. So over here in this Excel sheet, this is a data set of ICU CLABC reported over the past 4 years. Now, just like I showed you in Outlook search earlier, Excel also supports natural language search. So I don't have to be an expert to interpret complex data sets or find answers to specific questions. I can just go up here and type this in. What year had the most infections? And I get an immediate answer to my question. Let's try another one here. How many times was the standardized infection ratio between 0.5 and 1? Again, immediate answers to questions. This is a super powerful use of AI. Now, I occasionally need to broadcast updates to my departments, and I can do that quickly on my Samsung Note 10 using Stream. Just by clicking the plus sign here in this upper right corner, I can create a new video. Hey team, our latest report shows CLABC rates have spiked in the last month, and I'm carrying out cross-ICU measures to address this. Please stand by for updates. I'll stop that there. And you'll see as soon as I'm done, Stream will automatically start uploading this in the background while I add details. So with a quick click, I can publish this to my channel for my team to view. Now, when I need to work with documents on my phone, my go-to app is a brand new app simply called Office that combines all of my recent documents, Excel, Word, and PowerPoint apps into one app. So you can see the spreadsheet that I was just working on. But what's really cool is this actions menu that has mobile-optimized actions. So I can do things like share files, scan images to text, or scan documents from my phone. Now, I often have to sign PDFs, and I can do that here with Sign a PDF. Here's this document. Just by scrolling to the place that needs my signature and clicking, I can quickly add my signature, and boom, I am done, on the go. Now, when I need to get ready to present in PowerPoint, I use Presenter Coach to rehearse, which uses AI to help analyze my speech and give me insights about my presentation. So you'll see as soon as I start to rehearse, you'll notice that PowerPoint will give me real-time feedback in this bottom right corner here as I'm rehearsing. Let's give this a go. Hey, team. We are expecting an update. The chair of the board is expecting a CLABC update in the next 24 hours, and we need to be prepared. So we'll start with an exec summary. Increased CLABC reported over the past month in the medical intensive care unit. So I'm going to stop there really quickly. Now, when I'm done, I get this feedback page where it tells me where I've used unconscious filler words. It apparently didn't pick up my ums, which is good. I got away with a few of those. But it gives me feedback on my pacing, and it tells me where I might have been reading the slides verbatim instead of being a little more original. So again, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, just another way we're using AI to be more productive at Lambda Healthcare. Now, I have one more thing. This last part is really exciting. So we don't just collaborate in a single document at a time. Most of the time, collaboration happens between a number of different files, emails, and chats. And this is where Fluid Framework comes in, which is a brand new technology that is building collaborative experiences on the web. So in the next few weeks, we're going to be launching a preview experience built on this technology so you can test it out for yourself. But today, I'm going to give you a sneak peek on how you can use this to collaborate more effectively in the future. So this is the Fluid Preview experience. It contains a number of different components, from text and lists to some more complex components. My teammates are already working on an action plan, and I'm going to show you 3 different places where Fluid can help speed up their work. First, we'll start in Teams. Now here, Deborah is in a chat and working on the same checklist that we just saw in the preview experience. And if we look side by side, you'll see that Deborah only sees the checklist while others can work in different places. Now let's look at this in Outlook. Fluid components can be pasted directly into a message or sent to someone by @mentioning them in the component that you want them to see. So here, Adele is editing the Fluid component directly in the email message. Now watch, again, as I put these screens side by side, you can see changes instantaneously. But I have one more example. On my phone, I just received an @mention. By clicking this notification, I'm taken directly into where I was mentioned. And in a second here, as soon as it loads, I'll be able to see other edits happening live on the phone. Well, I'll show that later, because I don't want to have to log in. In any case, it's going to look a little bit busy, but putting all of these screens side by side, you'd be able to see the changes happening. As I checked off that list, everything updates at the same time. Looks like we're... All right, so these were just a few examples of how Fluid can break down the barriers between apps and enable a whole new way of collaborating. And again, we're going to be previewing this experience. You can look for it soon at fluidpreview.com and test it out for yourself, since I didn't get to show you exactly how it worked today. Now, these were just some examples of the latest Microsoft 365 experience and device innovations that leverage the cloud, AI, and the Microsoft Graph to bring rich new capabilities and transform how we collaborate. Now, let me hand you back to Jared.
Thank you very much, Mary. Well, you know we're doing it live. That's for sure. You know, let me just take a moment to recap what we saw there. We didn't just see a handful of new features from Mary. I think of it really as an entirely new way to work. From our perspective, the future of productivity is more than just one workload. It is the combination of many workloads, again, supercharged with AI, that allow you to do some really incredible things. Think about what we saw from Mary. AI helped her to keep up with the pace of work, to communicate and collaborate, to make sense of data, create content, be productive on the go, and even become a better presenter. And along the way, we saw new experiences as well as familiar apps all woven together. Now, as we finish out this section on productivity, I'd like to just at least leave you with a tribute to device innovation. So important for us. Last month, we announced the biggest, most ambitious, most innovative lineup of Surface products ever. In fact, as we head into this holiday, we have 5 new Surface products. We can truly say we have a Surface for everyone. The icing on the cake was the announcement of 2 new products, the Surface Neo and the Surface Duo. Both of them essentially lay out our vision for a future of dual-screen devices, and we're incredibly excited about them. Here in my hand, I hold the Surface Neo. It is my favorite of the 2. Just want to give you a quick look at this. It sports 2 9-inch screens. In fact, they are the thinnest LCD screens ever produced by humankind, which is quite amazing. They're held together by these amazing adaptable 360-degree hinges here, which is pretty amazing, because it means that you can use this device as a book, you can use it as a laptop, you can fold it around as a tablet, and you can even use it in tent mode. You can input using a keyboard, a mouse, voice, or pen. And the reason that I show it to you here today is because, as Satya indicated, we think that we need innovation not just in the intelligent cloud, but also in an intelligent edge to bring to life these amazing experiences from the productivity cloud. Very excited about what we have here as we continue to innovate. All right, now on to workflow. Traditionally, process automation has been the domain of experts. At the very, very least, you needed someone who could come in with some technical expertise and build a new app. Oftentimes, companies even invited in whole armies of consultants to document requirements and build a new system. At Microsoft, we think that there is a better way. And it starts with taking process automation and pushing it down to the people who know the process best, giving them powerful automation tools. But we're doing even more. We're using Teams as a single platform, as we talk about, from the C-suite down to the first line, so that processes can run across your organization, and we're making it easy to add AI to the entire system. This man you see up on the screen, this is Martin Lee. He works for a UK-based windshield repair shop called Autoglass. He started his work there as a dispatcher, literally working the phones. But as Martin looked around, he realized, wait a second, the processes that run this place leave a lot to be desired. And that is when Martin discovered Microsoft Power Platform. Power Platform and Martin's work with it changed Autoglass. Perhaps more importantly, they changed Martin's life. Before I give away the whole story, why don't we roll the film?
My name is Martin Lee. I work for Autoglass. I've been with the company for about 5 years. So when I first started Autoglass, I started as a dispatcher. I did all the kind of reporting side of it. I had to do all these reports every day, and it was just time consuming. And that was making most of my day. And I thought, if I can shorten my time, I can get on with better things. That's where Power Apps come in. So I started looking into it. I thought, oh yeah, that's quite easy. And I was actually started building an app, and it was actually really great. I built an app called Technician Weekly Vehicle Check. The technician used to have to fill a form in, take a picture of it, send it to his operations manager. He'll have to put it on an Excel spreadsheet. It was just a long process. Now that's just fill in an app. Technicians love it. It's just literally saved their time from half an hour per job to like 10 minutes, saving us 1.6 million a year in potential revenue. I felt excited. Everyone's using this app I've created. I'm like, oh wow, like, I've done that. You know, people just kept coming to me to build these apps. Now I'm going into IT, which is a different role. It's amazing where my career's gone now. I've built about 40 apps now, deployed in the company. The apps work in works so well here in the UK, Safelite now wants to deploy our technical help desk in the USA. Just the thought of my apps being used around the world gives me such a proud feeling.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to announce that we have Mr. Martin Lee here with us today up front. Let's give him a warm Ignite welcome. Thank you, Martin. Martin is a bit of a celebrity around the Redmond campus. When I first met him, I was like, "You're Martin Lee? That's fantastic." We're so excited to have him here. We're excited about what you can do with these technologies. As we invest here in workflow, our two big investments go to Teams and into the Power Platform. And to show you what's possible when we bring these two things together, please welcome to the stage Aya Tange. Aya, over to you.
Thanks, Jared. Like Martin, I also have a non-technical background. But today, I want to show you how easy it is to build a Power App, create flows and Power BI reports, and take data analysis to the next level using Office scripts to save you and your organization time, money, and increase efficiency and workplace automation. And of course, make sure IT stays in control. So let's imagine I work at an auto parts distribution center where I'm receiving customer returns. Every day, I take in the items, input all the information into Excel, and send my manager an email of all the refunds we need to approve. Imagine having to do this every single day, multiple times a day. Now, like Martin, I can simplify this using AI and process automation. And the tools I'm about to show you work for both technical and non-technical people. So let's start with Power Apps. Here, I've created a custom app to speed up my data intake process. In the left-hand side, I have my tree view, and you can see all of my simple screens. When I click into my screens, you can see all the elements that are included. This first screen has a couple buttons, and I've even personalized it. On the second screen, I've used AI Builder capabilities, specifically Object Detector, so that when I take a picture of something, it identifies the image and automatically populates all the information that I need. Now, training the AI model is as simple as uploading pictures of auto parts and tagging them as the correct product. Now, going back to my app, I still need to add the final touch, the Submit button. So I'm going to add a button and change this to, say, Submit, if I can spell, and drag and drop, just like I would in a PowerPoint slide. Now, at the top here, I have my function bar, like I do in Excel, and I'm going to add a simple command to submit my form when I hit that button. Now, once I feel like my app is complete, I'm going to go ahead and hit Save. Now, I also want to publish this as a Teams app. So I'm going to go in and click on the ellipses here and add to Teams. This will create a zip file that I can then upload. But I also want to share this with the rest of my organization so that they can use the app as well. So I will send this to my IT admin to review, and they will publish into the Teams app library. Now let me switch over to my IT admin view. Here, I'm in the Microsoft Teams Admin Center under Teams Apps and Setup Policies. And you can see all of my pinned apps in my organization's left rail. I can easily add another app by just clicking here. But you can see that the app I just showed you has already been added at the bottom of the left rail. Now, going into permission policies, I've allowed users to install all apps. But I can block specific apps based on my organization's needs. With these controls, you can ensure that only high-quality apps are made available to your entire organization. Now, going back to my end-user view in Teams, you can see that the Power App has been added to the bottom of the left rail right here. So now I can speed up that data intake process. So we've talked about Power Apps. Let's shift gears and talk about Power Automate. Now, once I make my refund recommendation, I still need to get the approval from my manager. That means sending them all the information and waiting for an email response back. Again, lots of time wasted. So instead of this process, I've created a simple flow using Power Automate. So now, when I hit the Submit button here, it'll create an approval request that'll then get sent to my manager's channels within Teams. Then they can review the information and approve or reject it, all in a matter of seconds, no manual effort needed. So now that you've seen how I've created this, let's see it in action. So here, I have a windshield that was just returned from a customer. Now I'm going to open my app on my phone. And I'm going to take a picture of it. Now, using AI and object detection, it'll automatically populate all the information that I need. So it looks like this is in good condition, so I'll give it a good rating. And I think we should give the customer a refund. Now, I'll hit Submit. The information is then inputted into Excel, and now it'll kick off the flow for the approval process for my manager. So let's go to Teams and see this approval request come through. There it is. Now my manager can look at the information, hit Approve, and we can get the customer the refund back. But beyond streamlining this process, we've also been able to capture new operational data. So let's talk about data analysis. I've created a Power BI dashboard so that the data is in an easy-to-consume way. But what I love is when I post this into Teams, I can now have an interactive card so that I can take action with just one touch. But because we use this report on such a regular basis, I've also pinned it to the top of my channel for easy access. But beyond visualizing all this data, we've also been able to, we also know that you are managing and analyzing your data within Excel. So let's talk about Excel. So this brings me to my last demo. What you're about to see is something you will recognize, as you've probably used other scripting technologies in the past. But this new capability allows you to do all of this on the web. So here's my Excel file of all my customer refunds. And unfortunately, it's in a format that doesn't fit my needs. Typically, I manually format this every single week when I get an updated workbook. But we can make this easier by recording all the actions I take and automatically running them using Office scripts, which is a new way to enable scripting in Excel on the web. So let me show you how this works. I can go into my Automate tab and hit Record. Now I can start doing all of my formatting and calculations. So I'm going to go ahead and merge this across and center this. And you can see all my recorded actions right here on the right-hand side. Again, this is a really simple illustration, but you can really record anything you want. Now I'm going to hit Stop, and I'm going to save my script. So now, in the code editor, I can see that the recorder has created a JavaScript file that I can extend to do additional processing. And for those who are technical in the room, the editor also supports IntelliSense to make coding easier. Now going back to the gallery, I can see all of the scripts that I've created, along with those that have been shared with me. All of these have been stored in OneDrive, so I don't have to worry about being locked to a specific file. But it looks like my colleague here has recently created a script that looks at the irregularities in the return data. By being able to use other scripts, I can make the data so much more valuable. For example, helping the finance team understand any weird patterns so that they can better forecast our cash flows. But what makes it even more valuable is being able to use Office scripts with Power Automate. So here's my simple flow that I showed you earlier. Now I can add a flow block that'll run the irregularity script on a weekly basis and notify my team if there's anything they should be aware of. Now, in summary, anyone in your organization, technical or non-technical, can build a Power App, create flows and Power BI reports, and use Office scripts to save time, money, and increase efficiency and workplace automation. But one of the best parts is, with the integrations of all these tools into Teams, It truly extends the hub for teamwork. Thank you.
Thank you, Aya. Wonderful. You know, undoubtedly, the defining technology in Microsoft 365 is AI. But a close second has to be automation. When you take AI and automation and put them together, you truly get pure magic. You saw that with these powerful tools, we can push process automation down close to the people who know the process the very best. We can also bring in AI services that are powerful but easy to use. And most importantly, we can ensure that you are in full control of every app and every workflow that runs in your tenant. Now, on to management, security, and compliance. I mentioned earlier that increasingly these three are so interwoven that we will take them together. They're also a place where you will never get done all the work that you need to do. In fact, you'll just never keep up with how quickly these three areas are changing. That's why AI is important, because here it can be what I would call a force multiplier. AI, for instance, can help you in management to set up, manage, secure, and monitor all of your devices. It can help you in security to stay one step ahead of threats, and if or when you are breached, to actually automate your response. And in compliance, it can help you to ensure that you understand and are keeping up with complex regulatory requirements and are even protecting yourself from what we call insider threats. Here to show you all of this and more is my very good friend, Mr. Brad Anderson. Brad, welcome.
Good morning, everybody. All right, let's spend a few minutes talking about how we're putting AI to work and give you some insights on how we use that graph in management, compliance, and security. But I want to start talking a little about something near and dear to me in terms of what I've worked on for most of my career is management. You know, today, most of you use Config Manager to manage your PCs. Increasingly, you're using Intune on your mobile devices. Now, I've thought about these as one, and internally, we develop them as one. But the reality is how we've talked to you about it, the product truth, our branding has not been consistent with that. So this morning, we made a significant announcement. Now, going forward, all of our management capabilities will be called Microsoft Endpoint Manager. Config Manager, Intune, Desktop Analytics, Autopilot, everything, Microsoft Endpoint Manager. And we're also announced today that we are now managing more than 190 million Windows, iOS, Android, and Mac devices through Microsoft Endpoint Manager. And to give you an insight, that grows about 1 million a week. By far, this is the most authoritative source to then operate on, to learn on in terms of commercial devices. So with that, we want to announce some things that we're doing to simplify. So we talked about branding first, Microsoft Endpoint Manager. We're also simplifying licensing. So for your Config Manager licenses, you are now also licensed to use Intune in conjunction with Config Manager on your Windows devices to do co-management. So a call to action there is go attach Intune to your Config Manager as soon as you can. You want to start using more of that cloud. We're also simplifying the product. So the product truth is going to also follow suit. So let me show you some insights. We're going to go deeper to this at 2 o'clock. This right here, if you notice, this is the new Microsoft Endpoint Manager Administrative Console in the Microsoft 365 console. Notice for those of you who are used to seeing this, just how much more simplified the left nav is. This is when I click on all devices. Now look here, this is one pane, and it's showing me all the devices that are being managed across all of Microsoft Endpoint Manager. So we're going to surface up all the Config Manager actions inside of Microsoft Endpoint Manager, and you'll have that one place to then live in. Now, let me talk to you a little bit about AI and the graph and how we put it to work. Now, a year ago at this event, we announced something called Desktop Analytics. And Desktop Analytics is all about us doing your compatibility validation for you. We've now gone into GA, but I wanted to share with you what we've learned as we've worked with millions of devices and thousands of customers on this. This is a before and after picture. The gray bar is the amount of time it takes in each of these phases for an organization to upgrade to a new version of Windows. The dark blue is now the amount of time it takes when they're using Desktop Analytics. And you let us, through AI, do your validation testing. We're helping you save 85% of the time and the money to upgrade to a new version of Windows. That is such a real-world example of AI helping you do what you do. Now, also a year ago, we announced a new program called Desktop App Assure, and the intent of Desktop App Assure was to give you a safety net that when you found applications that were incompatible with Windows 10 or Office, you could literally call my engineering team and we would fix it. Let me show you what we've learned in the last year now. The customers who've engaged with us on this, and thank you for this, we have brought to us a total of almost 500,000 apps. Of those 500,000 apps, only 928 have had a compatibility issue. To give you, let's kind of help you understand what that is. That's 19/100%. Put another way, if you have 1,000 apps, 2 will be incompatible with Windows 10, and if you call us, we'll fix it. The next thing that's been interesting is we've actually been able to unblock 52 million devices. It's actually helped avoid 31 million help desk calls, saving our customers $5.5 billion. And so this Aperture has been so amazing, we thought today we want to extend the promise to additional things. And so this morning we're announcing we're extending the Aperture promise to Edge and to WVD, Windows Virtual Desktop. So here's the promise. If you have an app that runs in Chrome or IE and it doesn't run in Edge, call us, we'll fix it. If you have an app that runs on Windows 10 and for whatever reason it doesn't run on Windows Virtual Desktop, call us and we'll fix it. Yeah, I think it's amazing. We are taking on the responsibility for you for compatibility validation. And it's a combination of what we're able to learn at scale and then a commitment to follow through on all of this. Now, I've spent a lot of time over the last year personally working on trying to understand the end user experience. And I've had my team really diving deeply in this. And so I wanted to kind of give you some views on this. And to do this, I want to start here with what I think is the gold standard. This right here is my corporate device. This is a corporate procured, corporate configured deployed device. This is not something that's been kind of hyped up just for this particular demo. This is literally my device. This is the new Surface Laptop 3, this incredible Sandstone. This is the favorite device I have ever had. Now I want to show you something here. I want to show you how fast my PC boots. Okay? It's like the most boring demo ever, but there's a purpose behind it. I'm going to show you how fast it can boot so you can see what the art of the possible is. And then I'm going to go into details on how we're going to help you get to this. Okay? So you can see the camera here. I'm going to press start on my device here and press start on my phone here. So what's happening right now, the PC's booting. You're going to see it come up. It's going to do a multi-factor authentication. It's passing our zero trust environment. It's authenticated me. I'm going to go ahead now and bring up the browser to make sure you see that the device is working. The browser's up. I booted in less than 15 seconds. Boot to productive. Oh, come on. That deserves more than that. All right, now check this out. One of the cool innovations of the Surface Laptop 3 is as I bring the lid up, the camera turns on, and look how fast I'm authenticated in. My resume is instant. That's so cool. I'm going to do it again. All right? All right. That's enough fun with that. Now, let me kind of put this in context for you. Thank you very much. What we're seeing across the industry, if you look at the telemetry, is the average boot time on a commercial PC is somewhere between 2 and 3 minutes. I would encourage you to go time your own. Another interesting data point. My PC, I can boot to productive in half the time that my iPhone does. I'll bet you nobody in the room ever expected to hear that their PC booted faster than their phone. All right. Yeah, it's amazing. So again, this is not like some souped up device that it's not possible. This is literally a modern managed device. Now let me give you some insights on what we've seen here. What you're looking at here is some analysis that we've done now. So a year ago, we announced this service that my team delivers called the Microsoft Managed Desktop, where we take over the responsibility for deploying, managing, and securing Windows and Office for customers. Well, as we've gone through the first set of customers, we've had this beautiful environment where we had a set that were deployed in the modern way and a set of PCs that were deployed in the way the customer had before. So we've had these two control groups, and we can actually go take a look at the difference. And so these are in MMD accounts, but you can set up Microsoft 365, go what I call Microsoft 365 native, which are using Microsoft management and security, and you bring all those agents off of your device. The difference is stunning. 85% faster boot time, immediate resume, your battery life doubles, and you see 85% fewer crashes. Who doesn't want their users to see this? This is all in your grasp. We're going to show you how we're going to help you get there in a minute. Now, we always knew that when you put that beautiful device with this amazing experience in the hands of your users, it drove loyalty. It was a differentiator. So we worked with an organization named Qualtrics, who SAP just acquired, who has all this analysis to help us quantify it, and the results were stunning. Just read these. In that control group that had modern devices and were being managed and secured in a modern way, the users said they were 38% more likely to feel that their PC experience helped them to best serve their customer. There was a 75% increase in their Net Promoter Score. If you don't know Net Promoter Score, like if you've got a score of 50, you're happy. They saw a 75-point increase. And that last one is the most important one to me. They were 121% more likely to feel valued by their company. So as all of us together work on this modern workplace, as we put Microsoft 365 into the hands of our users on these beautiful devices, that is what we drive in terms of culture change and employee sentiment. So let's show you how we're going to help you do this now. So today, we are announcing something that we call Productivity Score. Okay, last year we announced Secure Score. You've engaged with us on that in an amazing way. And so now we're doing is what we call Productivity Score. What you're looking at here is the dashboard on one side of it. So in Productivity Score, we're going to give you, first of all, visibility into your user experiences. We're going to give you actions and help you understand how to build what I just showed you here. Now, there'll be two pieces of the Productivity Score. One will be focused on the user experience. So are your users working in modern ways? You've upgraded to Office 365, but are they working in modern ways? The second piece is a technology experience, and that's what you're looking at here. So right here, this gives me a view of what the experience is on my users' PCs. I'm looking at startup performance. Right here, you can see I've got a score of 71. That's on a score of 1 to 100. The baseline here of 50 is with respect to all companies that are reporting back. I can set a baseline of my own baseline so I can see how I'm making progress. Now, what you're going to see here in everything I'm going to show you here today, you're going to see a set of scores or kind of a validation of where you're at, and then a set of next best actions you can take. This is all coming from AI as we learn at this global scale. And so you take a look here. We're going to tell you things like, hey, if you have devices that still have hard disk drives, they boot 89 seconds slower. The three big causes of poor boot time: poor hardware, group policy settings, and too many agents on the device. Those three things are also what drains your battery. So we're now going to give you chances to go dive into these. I can take a look at model performance. This is actual data coming out of Microsoft. I see all my devices. I can go now sort that based upon boot time, slowest to fastest. That is usually caused by hard drive. This is what's caused by too many group policies. But for the first time now, I'm going to have the chance to really understand what the experiences my users are having with guidance from us on how to improve it. Now, performance, the productivity score is going to be, I think, one of the most important things for you to engage with as you go forward with this. Now, I want to show you one of the most important things that we've built, and it's called Threat and Vulnerability Management. This is the dashboard. Again, kind of a similar model. Right here is my score where I'm at. Right here, this is a personalized to-do list that's personalized to my organization, but then also impacted by what's happening in the world. Now, what you're seeing here is we have collected up in the cloud a list of all known threats and vulnerabilities on Windows. And then we're continually scanning your devices to see if you have devices that are still open to known threats and vulnerabilities. Now, it's fascinating. If I click on one of these right here, I actually get a list. This right here is a view of all of the different vulnerabilities that I still have devices that are still open and exploitable. Here's a fascinating data point of all the organizations that have engaged with this on this particular service that have more than 5,000 PCs. 100% have devices that are still open and exploitable to known threats. And this is the stunning part. On average, 30% of their PCs are still open. This is where we need to marry management and security. So I'm going to come back and say, I need to update this media player. Look right here, I have remediation options. I'm going to say, open a ticket in Intune. I want to make this high priority. I want it to start immediately. Add a comment here. Let's do it now. And I submit the request. Okay, now what's happened is in the Microsoft 365 cloud, there's been a request that's been sent from the security team over to the endpoint manager team. And if I come take a look here in security tasks, what you'll see happen here is I will get a task that'll show up for me to approve. And so instead of having to open a ticket and then have to go in and manually create all these grouping and targetings, it is all done now end to end. And here it is pending. I can come in here, I can accept that, and just like that, now what I have done is I have completely automated the ability for security and management to be able to work together to ensure that I have no devices that are open to known threats and known vulnerabilities. And it's just such a wonderful example of AI in the graph and how we help connect. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about Edge. So the first thing, we've now released new security baselines for Edge. Here you can take a look in the console, and you see here there's two new security baselines that we've released, one for Office 365 and one for Edge. These security baselines, we work with the governments around the world to define these, and this is what they use to apply to their PCs. It's schematized, it appears in the Microsoft Endpoint Management console, and you can apply it. But I want to talk a little bit about experience. You know, the average organization using Config Manager today has 2,000 apps in their library. This right here is an app, and when I click here on Schedule Visit, it's going to bring up a Silverlight app. Now watch what happens. It brings up a separate browser. How many of you seen that before? Okay, it takes me out of my flow. From an end user perspective, it just doesn't feel right. But let me walk in and show you what we have now done inside of the new Edge. I'm going to click on that same link, and because we've now built IE compatibility into Edge, it stays in the browser. You can take a look here. It's running in IE 11 compatibility mode. It's just these little things that make a difference to your users, and it makes it feel complete, and it makes it feel like IT is thinking about me. And so IE really, or excuse me, Edge really is the browser that you should be using for your organization. It has the most security in it, and it also has the best privacy. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about compliance, okay? We've talked about the productivity score. We're also introducing a new score today called compliance score. And you know, I think about the world we live in, and it seems like every week I learn about a new set of compliance rules that we have to comply with. Privacy is important, and one thing I know for sure, the amount of regulation, the amount of compliance rules we're going to have to all comply with is going to accelerate and increase every day. And so rather than all of you going and building out and trying to understand these policies and apply it, why don't you let us do it for you and then help you give you guidance. So right here, again, you got a score where you're at, and right here, a prioritized set of things that you should go do to continually improve your compliance. Now, if I come down here, you can see how this compliance breaks out in different areas. If I, for example, with an endpoint manager, I could come in here and I could see specific things that I should be doing in my area of specialization. I can also look at this in terms of the assessments. And so if I come into the assessment, I can now see all the different rules that I need to be compliant with. I go into, for example, into GDPR here, and again, it gives me that prioritized list of things that I should go do. Let's click on this one on mobile device management. Here you get, for example, you get to see all of the different regulatory rules and compliances that it complies with. I can click in, it shows me information about it. Here you get an overview, I can learn more. If I click on launch now, it would take me right into the appropriate place. I can enable, disable that. But we're going to help you stay compliant and continually increase your compliance posture as you work with us on this new compliance score. Okay? All right, now, I actually want to take you in and show you something we've been doing on insider risk. Now, what we hear from our customers is more than 90% of our customers are concerned about insider risk and about IP theft or other malicious activities from their employees, but it's very hard to track. This is a perfect place where the graph and AI helps us immensely. So let's go back in and we'll show you how the demo looks on this. So inside of your Microsoft 365 tenant, you're going to see this appear by the end of the year. And it's a set of capabilities where we take now trillions of different signal, able to aggregate, learn from it, and actually direct you now to where you should be looking at. So right here I see new alerts that have been pending. Here I can see active cases. Now down here, notice I see the users. Because we value privacy so much, notice that all the users have been anonymized. And so the people who are doing this investigation here are not going to know who the identities are unless, for example, they're in the legal team. I'm going to go click into this IP theft here. I want to learn more about it. Now, this is such a perfect visualization for you of the graph. What you're seeing here is a timeline, and these dots represent different data signals coming in. And so as you classify your documents with Microsoft 365 and authentications, files, downloads, we take feeds from partners like Workday and SuccessFactors. We're able to aggregate now and give you a view. Let's go click in and learn a little bit. Here is a timeline. There was an insider risk case. This was actually classified as an HR violation, and the employee was notified. This same employee, 4 months later in September, again had an issue. Another case was opened up. This is the one I'm most concerned about now. Right here, this individual has copied down over 2,300 files, many of which contain credit cards, but they have 219 files they've copied down that are top secret, and they've copied them to a USB drive. Now, it's interesting. I've also can see here that this employee has also put in his resignation. This is clearly an insider risk. Now, the cool part about this, too, is I can actually now go out and see, right in context here, the documents that were downloaded to the USB drive. And so I can take a look right here. Here's this confidential moonshot project. Jupyter is a very, very sensitive and a very, very top secret project. There's absolutely no reason why this individual should be downloading this to a thumb drive. This is clearly an IP theft scenario, so I can open that up for investigation. This is so unique because we have the Microsoft graph. We bring this in and we enhance it with partner data, and we can give you these insights that help you identify and then act on these insider threats. Okay? Look for this again by the end of the year inside your Microsoft 365 experience. All right, last thing to show you here. Let's talk a little bit about meeting rooms. You know, the dream for all of us, we want to be able to walk into a meeting room, you touch the button, and that meeting just starts up. But we all know that's not always the case. And you know, you've all been there, you're starting a meeting, and everyone jokes about the fact that it takes 10 minutes for the meeting to start, and that's just not the way it should be. Well, the Teams team has done a phenomenal job of building natively into Teams just this amazing experience that ensures your meetings always work. Then what my team has done is we built on top of that, and we built a service that we're announcing today called Managed Meeting Rooms. And what Managed Meeting Rooms is, my organization bring our expertise in management and security. We're going to monitor all the hardware and the things in your meeting rooms and ensure that every time your users come in and they touch that button, the meeting starts. You want to see what it looks like? Okay. This is one of these things that we've been working on. It's been a lot of fun. So first of all, I'm going to bring you into actually, I want to start you guys on the other console. Can you switch me back so I can actually take a look at the portal of the, there we go. Right here is the gallery where you can actually come and buy the things that you need for your meeting rooms. And so right here, you know, I'm going to do a media meeting room, and you take a look, there's a screen, there's a speaker, there's a camera, there's microphones, there's the on-table display. As I come down here, I get a view of what the reach of the microphone is going to be, the speaker, the camera, and all the wiring. And so we help you understand exactly what you need to have in order to do that. Now, if I flip over, I'm going to show you what it actually looks like in the console, where you as a user of the managed meeting rooms can actually see what the experience looks like. And so let's click over onto the console, if you would. Here, I have 5 meeting rooms. I can click on here, and it'll show me how everything works. Okay? Now, right here, I literally have got a meeting room set up. Now, I want you to watch what's happening. I'm going to disconnect the camera cable here. And watch what happens here. You're going to see here automatically, if I come over here and click on the camera, it's been disconnected. Okay? So what's happened, we've already filed a ticket to somebody on site to go and reconnect it. We are working on how you remotely connect the cable. We haven't quite figured it out, but man, when we do, we're going to patent that baby. So I'm going to plug it back in and watch what happens here. You know, just like that, we signal that back in. But yeah, right, but it's just these little things. Now, I want to set up a little bit more complex than what we actually saw at Microsoft and at one of the customers we worked on. So what you're going to see here on the screen here, I'm going to start a meeting. And then what I'm going to do, I'm sorry about that. I started a meeting here, and you're going to see here on the screen here as it connects up, you're going to see Sam and Irina. Say hello to Sam and Irina. These are the 2 individuals building the managed meeting room experience. Irina's out here in the audience somewhere, and Sam's backstage. But literally, this is the engineering leader and the program manager building this. Now, what I've done here, I want you to watch. The meeting just cut. What I did is I just ran a policy that set the time on the device, this device right here ahead. Notice it said 3 o'clock a.m., and it just switched back to 12. We literally saw this at Microsoft where somebody had gone to this device, it's a Windows 10 device, and had set a policy in place that changed the time. And those rooms where this happened at were offline for 3 days as we were trying to figure out what it was. And so let me come back to the console now, thank you. If I come back to the console here and take a look at remediations, you can see here that particular camera has been resolved, and this is the actual issue where we detected that the time had been changed. We know that scenario, and so we automatically resolved it. Now, with the managed meeting rooms, we've been running this in private preview. We today are managing over 1,500 rooms from 100 different customers. Take a picture of that URL up there. If you want to join the extended preview, you can go register at that URL, and we can start managing your meeting rooms for you. And one of the great things about this is you want to go to your boss, and you want to get your boss's room, whatever their meeting rooms managed with the Microsoft, with the managed meeting rooms solution. So that's it. Compliance, management, security, we think about them holistically. We use AI and the graph to accelerate what all of you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brad. You know, I think Brad's the only person on the planet that can make unhooking cables and booting PCs so exciting, you know? Well done. Very, very exciting. Now, just to connect back to the beginning where we started, it's so important to understand that the asset that we're building with Microsoft 365 really is the graph. The graph not only helps us to deliver those amazing experiences, it helps you. It acts as a force multiplier because it applies AI to management, security, and compliance. All right, for our final topic today, I am pleased to introduce a brand new investment area, knowledge. Satya talked about this earlier this morning, but I want to take a step back and give you some context. Moving to the cloud has many different benefits, certainly cost savings, certainly streamlined operations. But the one that we haven't talked about enough is actually new scenarios. Sometimes I think we fall into a trap where we think that productivity is just helping us do what we're already doing a little bit more efficiently. And in fact, from our perspective, productivity is much more. It is combining the collective knowledge of your organization and helping you to be able to do things you have never been able to do before. This is where AI shines. Now, as we think about this, we've been working very hard with customers to develop this in tandem. And I'm pleased to introduce one particular customer we've been working with, Mott MacDonald. Mott MacDonald is a global engineering, management, and development company. They have 47 practices across 150 countries. They're always thinking about how to share knowledge, how to upskill, how to get ready for the next project. They've been the perfect partner here. They have helped us to develop something we are calling Project Cortex, your knowledge network in Microsoft 365. Why don't we take a look at what their business is all about? Let's roll the film.
Mott MacDonald are a global engineering, management and development consultancy.
We're in the infrastructure business, so whether it be power or water or telecoms or transport, you've probably touched one of our projects whether you know it or not. Our mission really is to open opportunities with connected thinking.
Connected thinking is our approach for connecting content to people and people to content, enabling just-in-time information to allow projects and their teams to get the best value for their clients and for the business.
We have 47 practices globally. What that does is ensure that people sharing the knowledge between themselves and delivering that through to projects.
As an engineer at Mott MacDonald, you could be involved in 4 or 5 projects per given day.
Everybody in the company is part of a different knowledge community, or possibly several. It's sharing that knowledge throughout the business, no matter which section you're in.
We think knowledge sharing is going to change extensively over the next decade or so.
We find that search is only half the story. We have to do something to assist people, to guide people to find the information they need that's relevant to them. I'm really excited by Microsoft's vision for creating knowledge networks. It fits completely in with our strategy for knowledge management. The idea of connecting people to content, content to people, powered by Microsoft 365, is going to be a game changer for us.
And here to show you all of our new investments in knowledge, please welcome to the stage Dan Holm.
Hi, everyone. I am honored to share with you our investments for knowledge across Yammer, Microsoft Stream, Microsoft Search, Workplace Analytics, and our new service, Project Cortex. We've got a lot to cover. Let's begin with Yammer. You heard Mott MacDonald talk about connecting people in communities to share knowledge, ask questions, and get answers. In Microsoft 365, Yammer is the tool for communities, knowledge sharing, and employee engagement. And today, we're introducing the new Yammer. The first app in Microsoft 365 built from the ground up with our Fluent design system. Here in our AI-powered discovery feed, I'm connected with relevant conversations from across the organization. The design is beautiful, simple, and clean. It celebrates what's being shared, inspires contribution and engagement. To clarify the role of Yammer in Microsoft 365, we're renaming Yammer groups communities. And the new streamlined navigation lets you get access to your favorite communities. Communities that connect people across the organization to engage leaders with employees, to drive company-wide communication, to improve employee experience, even from day one, and to build communities where people can share knowledge and best practices. The new Yammer lets you customize your communities with cover photos and branding. You can pin important posts to the top. And the new design showcases questions and answers so you can harness the wisdom of the community. The new Yammer app on web and mobile is not all. We're bringing Yammer to you wherever you work, including Microsoft Teams, with the new Yammer app you saw earlier. so you can stay connected to company communications, live events, and communities inside the Hub for Teamwork. And we're bringing Yammer conversations to Outlook. Yeah. No longer do you get email notifications about Yammer. Instead, conversations come to life. You can view, reply, and like conversations without leaving your inbox. Here's a question about runway length at a project we're running that I think was discussed at a recent meeting. Let's turn to Microsoft Stream, the intelligent video service. Stream powers cloud recordings of meetings in Microsoft Teams and uses AI to transcribe the recordings, now supporting 6 additional languages. So I can search for runway length and find meetings where the topic was discussed. When I open the meeting, I'm taken to the exact spot that has the knowledge I'm looking for. In Microsoft Stream, AI turns meetings into knowledge. Microsoft AI also powers search across Microsoft 365, even inside Office apps like Word. How often have you had to dig through a document to find something because the document didn't use the exact words you would search for? Now, with Smart Find in Microsoft Search, you can ask questions naturally. For example, what is the fee for a late payment? Smart Find brings me the answer it mined in the document. Amazing. With Microsoft Search, AI turns content into answers. In sports, great teams review their game. They look at video, they look at analytics to identify what they did right so they can do more of it. Workplace analytics does the same thing for your team at work. It equips you with productivity insights about how people connect, spend time, and work together. New out-of-the-box views align those insights with top objectives like organizational agility. So check this out. I can look at productivity metrics like focus time and compare my organization to relevant benchmarks. I can also see the teams where improvement would drive the greatest success. In addition, AI helps me analyze work people do around specific business processes, like our quarterly business review, or QBR. AI analyzes the work so that I can see how much time is spent and by which teams. I can also export this data to perform custom analyses. Customers create visualizations like this one that shine the light on the cost and impact of business processes like the QBR. Workplace analytics uses AI to turn the work people do into knowledge. So business leaders can improve the workplace and drive organizational outcomes. And now, I'm pleased to introduce you to Project Cortex, which uses AI, which uses AI to unlock the knowledge of your organization, organizing, collecting, and delivering that knowledge to you. We'll begin by looking at how Project Cortex delivers knowledge in the apps you use every day. Here in Outlook, I see a reference to Core, something I don't know about. I can hover over it, and a topic card appears, telling me what I need to know about Core. A definition, experts, resources, and project details. All of us have had to get up to speed on new projects, right? So this topic card is pretty magical. But the AI that creates this topic card is even more magical. So let's dig a little bit deeper to see. I can click to open the topic page about Core, which happens to be a project, construction, operations, reliability. This page is like Wikipedia for the enterprise, but AI does the hard work for you. It found a definition for the project, people working on it, and resources from across Microsoft 365 and connected external systems. AI identifies the topics and creates the pages automatically, but of course, they get better with experts. Experts can approve, create, and edit topics with wiki-like simplicity. As they add their knowledge and resources, they actually make AI better at the same time. And AI helps keep the pages up to date. So these topic pages give you the best of AI and human intelligence. Of course, because Project Cortex is part of Microsoft 365, it maintains the privacy, security, and compliance you expect. Administrators can control what's included in the knowledge network, and I am only seeing what I have access to. Further down the page, I see a map of related topics. What this topic map illustrates is that Project Cortex is using crazy advanced AI to reason over all the content and expertise in my organization and automatically organize it into shared topics that relate with each other. Topics can be projects, products, processes, customers, any knowledge that's important to your organization. Now, I love this topic map because it helps me find related topics even when they might be happening on another part of the organization. For example, I see Mark 8 here. That related work is now a click away, so I can tap into knowledge and expertise to get up to speed faster and to find resources I need for my projects. Topic pages roll up into your Knowledge Center. Your Knowledge Center showcases knowledge from across the organization that's personalized and relevant for you, including trending topics and open questions. You're able to customize your Knowledge Center and build your own knowledge experiences that integrate seamlessly with the intelligent intranet. Now, behind the scenes, remember that Project Cortex is bringing all this knowledge to you in the apps you use every day. We saw Outlook earlier. It also brings knowledge into Word, SharePoint, Microsoft Search, and Microsoft Teams. Behind the scenes, Project Cortex is using the intelligent content services of SharePoint and adding advanced AI that automatically categorizes content. First, Project Cortex can recognize images and objects and extract text from scans, PDFs, and photos. Second, integration with AI Builder lets you train Project Cortex to locate important information on forms. Then, as forms are uploaded and scanned into your knowledge network, Project Cortex automatically extracts data. And for less structured documents, like contracts, you can use machine teaching, which enables an expert to teach Project Cortex just like you would teach a human being to recognize important information in documents. We're bringing this advanced AI to the mainstream, so no longer is it a costly, lengthy process to extract information from content and promote it to metadata. Metadata enables you to find content faster. It lets you trigger workflows to streamline business processes. And it allows you to apply security and compliance policies. AI unlocks the knowledge of your organization with Project Cortex. We are excited to see what you do with Project Cortex and with our other innovations across Stream, Search, Workplace Analytics, and the new Yammer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dan. We are very excited about all our investments in knowledge, and particularly in the promise that we see with Project Cortex. Just remember, productivity is not just about doing what you're doing today more efficiently. It is also about brand new things. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Microsoft 365, as we call it now, the world's productivity cloud. Remember, it is a productivity service that puts AI to work for you. Today, across the session, we've seen the magic of AI in productivity, workflow, management, security, compliance, and knowledge. We've also made a slew of new announcements, and I'd encourage you to go to the web to learn more. We also have many drill-down sessions. Finally, we saw some really interesting customers doing some very interesting things, including St. Luke's, Autoglass, and the team at Mott MacDonald. They're using Microsoft 365 to transform workplace productivity. What's most exciting for me, though, is that we're not doing this alone. All of us here in this room are partners in doing this and in building this productivity cloud. We bring the innovation, you bring the opportunities, the vision, and the leadership. And together, we unlock human potential and make the world a better place. Thank you for being here. Have a great rest of your week. Take care.